What's going on, people? Hope y'all doing fantastic. Today's video is going to be about insurance. Yes, I know it's a boring topic, but you may want to watch the video because you may learn something. Before I got into this trucking business, I had an older guy tell me, you got to get you a money guy. Okay, you got to get a money guy. What's a money guy? Well, that's just gets funding lined up for your business just in case you may need it, right? So that's a money guy. And let me address this. In one of the previous videos, when I was saying my MC number is for sale and my assets and all that kind of stuff, and you can tell in the comments, people cracking up, he think he got a business, I know it's more of a hustle, man. It is a hustle. I know that, and I spoke about that in previous videos. Yeah, come on, really? Anyway, right? I just thought I'd address that, so joke's on you. But, so get yourself a money guy. So get yourself funding lined up. So he recommended, he said 20,000. He said, get yourself $20,000 lined up just in case. I said, okay. And I didn't think nothing of it. So I'm going out throughout my day doing what I do. So I get a phone call. Usually my phone rings all day long. When you get your authority, and your phone's going to ring all day long. So my phone rings all day long, some days more than others. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? People are trying to sell me their product and services. So I can't be a hypocrite and not want to answer the phone and listen to their presentation when you're in business, so you need to be doing the same thing. So I can't be a hypocrite. So I said, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to answer the phone. So I answered the phone, and it's one of these funding companies on the other line saying that my business pre-qualified for whatever amount, and he wanted to get some information from me to go on with the process, see, how much I can qualify for and if we're a good fit and all that stuff. So he says, do you need any funding? I said, I can use a line of credit. What do you have? He says, well, we offer working capital, and we offer equipment financing, and we offer this and that. He's just going through his presentation, that's what he's paid to do. So he says, well, I don't think a line of credit is good right now. He says, because you got to pay for it, and even if you don't use it, you still got to pay for it. Then I said, okay, so go on. So he goes on through his presentation. So I give him the answer. He asked me a series of questions, so I gave him the answer. He says, I think you could, a line of credit would probably work good for you. Oh, really? Okay. Right. So I said all that to say this. Even though, let's say I qualify for $500,000, we'll just go way off the chart. Let's say I qualify for $500,000 a line of credit, right? And I have to pay, let's say, $100, maybe $200 annually just to have that money available. It's an insurance policy. Just like when you have your regular primary insurance or whatever kind of auto insurance or whatever, and you pay into a fund, and then if something happens, they pay the claim. It's an insurance policy, right? Same way with funding. It's the way I'm looking at it is a line of credit. It's an insurance policy. Now, I could be 198% wrong with this in my line of thinking, but I'm just going to put it out there because it's my opinion. That's one insurance policy, right? You get your money guy, right? Another insurance policy is, I spoke about this in that video, talking about building equity in your business and acquiring assets. It's an insurance policy because if you're running your business, however you run your business, right? Whether it's right now it's a hustle until you get employees and everything. You get everything. You're trying to mimic the mega carriers or the bigger carriers, but on the outside it looks like you're doing something, but when you look at the paperwork, you're like, nah. But The reason why I say you need to acquire assets because it's an insurance policy. Why, brother man? Tell us why. Well, here's the thing. A majority of people don't really plan to sell their business. Well, I'm not planning on selling mine. I'm going to pass it off to my children. That's good. Here's an experiment for you. Go to these business websites that have businesses for sale. There's bizbuysell.com or something. There's BizQuest. Go through the ads and see how many businesses are for sale, because it says owner retiring. Right? I mean, this is just an experiment. I could be 198% wrong with all this. Right? I don't think they meant to sell. They probably meant to pass their business off to, one of their children or a family member, something like that. And the family member don't want it. It's like, I don't want nothing to do with that. So there may become a point in your lifetime. I'm not even going to put a timeline on it. Couple years down the road, somewhere down the road, to where I'm not even going to say a health issue. I'm just going to say you want to get out of this and get into something else, but your money is tied up with this, so you can liquidate this, get some money back, whatever that amount is, and then move it into something else. So that's the reason it's an insurance policy, in case you have to sell. Now, do you have to sell? No, but it sure would be nice if you invested whatever amount you invested in, and you can recoup some of that money if you have to sell to move on to better things. I'm not going to use a negative connotation with that. If you have to sell to move on to better things, or want to sell to move on to better things, it's an insurance policy. And with that being said, this is all within reason. You should buy the best equipment that you can afford. Not overextend yourself, but buy the best equipment that you can afford. Why, brother man? Because they hold their value. That truck that I got, old raggedy 1990 Kenworth. Guys will see that truck. The social media cats on YouTube, they'll see that truck. They like, look at his old truck. I don't have any death issues. I don't have any regen issues. So, and all that stuff that, these trucks seem to start happening around the 400, 500,000 mile mark. I don't have those issues. So actually, and if you go by supply and demand, my truck is in high demand because it don't have those issues. It's pre-ELD or pre-emissions. So it actually increased in value. I can sell my truck for higher than what I paid for it. So that really comes to supply and demand. But yes, it's a piece of machine, and it depreciates in value, but also depends on the buyer. Also, I acquired a brand new trailer. Do I like my trailer note? No, I don't like it. But there's a reason why I bought that. Well, the reason why I'm financing that brand new trailer. Because that particular brand, they hold their value. So if I need to sell it, I'm going to get most of my money back. Am I going to get the full amount back? No, but I'm going to get most of my money back if I do have to sell. Now, I can't say the same thing about every piece of equipment that's out here. But, I do my research, and I look at when I was looking at financing a trailer, I was looking at different trailers and looking at used ones compared to new ones and looking at the pricing points of them. And the used ones, they're not too far, the pricing point isn't too far from a brand new one. So I just went with the brand new one. So it's an insurance policy. Excuse me. So that's just some things to think about. Like I said, that's just my opinion. I could be 198% wrong, but hey, whatever. If you watch the videos as entertainment, you watch it as entertainment. If you watch it to learn something, little nuggets here and there, that's cool. But at the end of the day, you do what's best for you. I can't tell you what to do. But if you come to my channel, you're going to get what I do, and you're going to get what I do and my opinion on things, because you're coming over here. And I'm not trying to be like everybody else. That's all for this one. We'll see you.